everyone, it's Di here from Di's Den. Welcome to another video and my first one in my new house. I'm hoping this is going to go really well and I'm not sure what the sound is going to be like in here. So anyway, I've made this card for my mum because she's actually in hospital. She broke her hip. So, and I did this in Pretty Peacock because that is the colour that we are using this week. Oh, excuse me, also in our colour creation showcase. So I thought I would do this card, but this time I'm going to do it as a, not as a get well card, but the same thing with a different saying here. So let's pop that on one side and we'll show you what we need. Hang on, I've got to find somewhere. This table is not as big as my old one, so I'm going to be trying to work out how I need to put things. Okay, so we're going to be using the Forever Fern set, and we're just going to be using this fern here, plus Love and Laughter Forever After. I'm also going to be using the Wishing You Much Happiness Today and Always out of the So Sentimental, along with this die here, this large rectangular scallop die, because I just think I love it. So that's those. I'm also going to, this is actually retired, but I absolutely love this one. This is a Petal Burst embossing folder. Now I didn't do that on my first card, I just left that plain, but I think it just looks a bit too plain, so I decided I would do the Petal Burst on the other card. And as this is just showing you how I make the card, it doesn't mean that you can't use whatever you like. I'm also using the gold glitter enamel dots just for the dots there, and I didn't bring it in because it's all falling to pieces, but my gold specialty paper. So I'm using this like ferny thingy here for out of the gold specialty paper, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's so delicate. So I'm just going to pop that on one side and we'll go through what we need. Now I've already done my label, but I will show you how I did that. Okay, so we're going to need a card base that measures 5 7/8 by 8 1/4. An insert that measures 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. My panel for the front, which is the same size, which is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. For my scallop piece, I used a piece of card that measures 3 1/2 by 4 3/8, and that cut that out of that. I'm using the Forever Fern designer series paper to pop in the middle there, and this piece measures 3 3/4 by 2 5/8, and that just fits perfectly inside that dotted line that you can see around there. I also have, for my tag, I have a piece in gold that measures 1/2 inch by 4 inch, and another piece for my tag, which I've already done, but we'll go through that. That measures 7/8 of an inch by 3 3/8 of an inch. Now I did forget to bring something over. I'll just go and get that. I'll pop my card back in the picture for a second while I just get to. Luckily, with my room being all in one here, I have not got far to go. Now I'm using this punch. It's the double tag punch. I can't remember what it's called, but it will be written on my tutorial. Okay, so let's pop that card out of the way, and we'll bring in our scoreboard. Let's move that so it doesn't get hurt. And we're going to score our main card on the long side at 4 1/8. That's all the scoring we're going to do. So that's pretty quick and easy, hey? So I'm just being careful that I don't knock my light or anything until I get sorted how I'm going to be working with everything. It's going to be a bit of trial and error. So we've folded our card, and we will actually just, I have actually, as you can see, that is just so beautiful. I've actually already embossed that with that berry, whatever it's called. berry burst. So I'm going to just glue that onto the front of the card there, like so. Ooh, there we go. This is going to be a fairly quick and easy card. Oh dearie me, I didn't even pop that on very straight, did I? There we go, that looks a bit better. This is going to be a fairly quick and easy card, as I say, but it just shows you that how effective different cards can be. So I'm just going to bring in my piece of scrap paper, and I'm going to bring in my insert, which I'm popping on there, and I'm only using Pretty Peacock ink this week, and I'm going to stamp in the corners my ferns. Oh wow, aren't they gorgeous in that colour? Just to give a bit of dimension to the insert of the card. And then I'm going to put my wishing you much happiness today and always in the centre, ready for us to pop into the middle of the card. And that just looks so gorgeous, I love it. While I've got this open, we might as well stamp our other piece, which is our tag for the front of the card. And I'm going to just stamp that right there like so, and we can pop the lid back on the ink out of the way. And what I do is I'll just pop that there to dry for a second while we pop our insert in. Once we put our insert in, we'll finish making up our card. This is going to be a very quick and easy card this week. But I did actually, we have been moved in here for a couple of weeks, and I was ahead with my tutorials, and I actually did lose my mojo a little bit here for a while. It was like there's just so many things to do, and I just couldn't find the time to put together a card. And yet with my mum breaking her hip and in hospital, I've had to make a card for my mum who wouldn't make a card for their mum. Okay, so that's our insert into the card. So we're going to actually, oops, stop moving everything around. We're going to actually glue our piece of designer series paper onto our scalloped piece of card. Ooh, come back. And this one's easy to line up because you've just got your stitch line around the edge, so you can just pop it into the middle around that stitch line like so. And we're just going to pop that onto the front of the card flat as well. When I did my last one, I'll show you in a moment, I actually put this up on to dimensions, and then when I went to put the one on the front, it was just a bit too high. So that's my front done there, and whoops, let's move them out the way. I'm going to then glue my piece in the corner like so. So we can just put a bit of glue on all over these leaves. And we pop them onto the front of the card like so, nice and neatly. And with the art glitter glue, that glue actually does show a little bit at the present time, but it does actually dry clear. So we're going to bring in our love and laughter forever after, and I'm going to round the corners only because I think the corners look better rounded on these. So we've done out, and then we've got our 1/2 inch by, what did I say this was? 4 and, well, about 4 1/8, but about 4 inches, it doesn't really matter. And we're going to pop this into It's going to help if I open it up, isn't it? Into our piece, and we're going to just chop off our ends. So we've got a nice flag end on each end. And I didn't bring my bin over, so I'll have to remember that for next time. And we're going to just pop this onto here. So it's only just showing, but it still looks good. Pop a little bit of glue, oops, sorry, right down the middle here. And glue this to our other piece. So that it's only just showing. Actually, what I'm going to do is, I think there's a little bit too narrow. So I'm going to actually pull that along. Cut it in half and pull it along a little bit. That's better. Look at that, that looks heaps better. And I will clean that off of there. So I did actually make that a little bit small, so I would imagine, what is that? That's another ½ inch. So if I said 4 inches, so that should actually be 4½ inches long. So that will be making that much better. So let's pop the lid in my glue, and we're going to pop some dimensions on the back of this. And pop this onto the front of the card. Just up a bit inside the DSP layer, and then I'm going to use one of these larger ones of these gold enamels to put on the top here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this one a little bit different to the other one. I'm going to put 3 down here. 1, 2, oh come on, 3. Oh, that wasn't a very good one. That one fell apart. That was a bit of a weird one. Let's pop that over there. There we go. And we'll pop that one over the top of the last one. There's that last bit stuck there. 3. And we'll put 3 on this side over here as well. Okay. Where did it go? 1, 2, 3. Well, I think that looks fantastic. I'm absolutely happy with that. I know it was a quickie, but it is actually quite gorgeous. And there's the one I did for my mum. And you know what? I'm going to put those things on this one as well. So let's just do that while you're here, so you can see what it looks like on the plain one over the, oops, oh, there's another one that's fell apart. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Maybe I've got sticky on my fingers. 3 there. 1. Oh, that one's fallen apart too. 2, 3. That definitely looks heaps better. I actually think that just sets it off actually gorgeous. So there you go, that's my 2 cards, and I will see you again next week. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. If so, you will find the information down the bottom here for the written tutorial, which I haven't written yet as I'm doing this, but I will write it before it goes live. So I hope you've enjoyed today's project, and as you can see, I was going to show you, wasn't I, that I put this one up on dimensions here, but I had to put 2 together down in there to give that the height. So that's why I did this one flat, and this one, the leaves are sitting up a bit high. Okay, so that's my project for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.